Good afternoon, everybody. This month, Decibel has been focusing on valuing our veterans. Anna Baker is here. She is with the Texas Veterans Commission, and I know that you served in the U.S. Air Force between 1980, 1984?
Yep, that's right.
And now you are working to help other veterans through the commission, and not only did you help women veterans, but now you're working with veteran entrepreneurs.
That is absolutely right.
So
Yes.
first of all, civilians don't know a lot about the Texas Veterans Commission, but as we have learned through our research on this topic, you all play such a vital role in services to Texas veterans. Talk about what you do.
Yeah, so the Texas Veterans Commission, our mission is to advocate and provide superior service to our veterans and their families so that they have an excellent quality of life. We serve not just veterans, but we serve spouses and children, and we just want to take care of veterans. We have 8 programs that we have all across the state. So we have our 2 largest programs are Veteran Employment Services. So we help veterans and their spouses who are looking for work. And then we also have our next biggest, our other big program is our claims program. So this is helping veterans who need to file health care claims with the VA. So we partner very closely with the VA, and we help veterans
Almost supplement.
Yes,
to the VA,
to get the services that they need. So we are also we also work very closely with the county veteran service officers, and we are the credentialing arm. So everybody has to get a credential before they can help a veteran with their claim, and so we do that for the state of Texas.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So your 2 focuses that you've worked with the Veterans Commission on are entrepreneurs and females, and I want to start with females. I know you're working in the job space now, but I've learned through talking to female veterans that even though I think the number is close to 200,000. Texas has a huge population of women veterans. There's still this kind of gap in services and really respect for female veterans. Talk about that.
Yeah, so what I found and was really astounding to me because I was not aware about the fact that a lot of women veterans don't claim their veteran identity. And as I thought more about my own time out of the service, the further and further and longer that I'd been out of the service, I realized I didn't really own that part of my history. And so when I came to the commission and I started doing my own research and talking to women veterans and getting their perspective on the challenges that they were having, it just dawned on me what a huge gap there was, right? In women telling their stories, and women being invited to tell their stories, and women even being asked if they were veterans. I was shocked at how many women go to the VA or they would, and these are things that the VA is working on, but they would be asked, well, who is your sponsor? Because the assumption was that the female veteran was the spouse.
And not the actual veteran.
Not the actual veteran. And it still happens, but the VA, we've worked really closely with the VA, and the VA is really taking the steps they need to make sure that they're recognizing that when women come into the VA hospital, it's because they served and they need the care.
Are there other ways we can help bridge that gap and break down these barriers? Are there things that we can do as civilians to recognize female veterans?
I think that whenever and I love what you're doing because I've seen some of your other episodes here recently, and you're talking to women veterans and you're getting them to share their experiences. And I think that's the one thing is to ask, did you serve? Not are you a veteran, because not all women will step up and claim that veteran status, but just asking them, did you serve in the service? What was that like for you, right? And what are you doing now? Just caring, taking the time to care. Yeah. I think too, something that happened, not this past legislative session, but the one prior, the governor actually signed into law June 12th as Women Veterans Day. Now, I can tell you there was a lot of controversy about that because there's so many women who are veterans and they just want to be acknowledged as a veteran.
Yeah.
I don't want to be delineated,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to create that separation. And so that became a challenge for me because what I needed to communicate to them was like, you know what, I get it and I respect that, and that's exactly where we all want to be. But so many women have fallen through the cracks, by not owning their identity. Some of them end up homeless. They don't even realize that they have benefits, so they're not taking care of themselves, they're not taking care of their families. This was a way for us to elevate the women veteran story and help women veteran realize that, hey, look, all you need to do is raise your hand and let us know that you're out there, and let us help you. Let us help you get the services that you earned.
And that peer-to-peer support, I think, in general is important for women to share, and I know that it's important for female veterans to find each other and support one another.
Absolutely. Just two wonderful cases. And I would say that women coming out of the military in these more recent years are much stronger. They played such vital roles, serving in Afghanistan, serving in Iraq, really being in harm's way on the front line. And where we're seeing a lot of women come forward are in those prior Cold War and Vietnam era veterans. And Vietnam women veterans coming forward now are opening up about their post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
We had one woman who was a nurse at the burn unit at Walter Reed, and another woman who was part of Operation Baby Lift, bringing the children out of Saigon right after the Vietnam War. And a lot of those stories, they just kind of tucked away, and they got married, they had children, they taught, or they were nurses or whatever, if they chose to have a career versus, being stay-at-home moms. But they're finally taking advantage of their benefits, and it's because we had the help and the support of our government here in Texas to recognize women veterans and to encourage them to share.
And that is such heartache that what they witnessed,
Oh, absolutely.
Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about entrepreneurship, because I know when we talked before at the Leadership Austin breakfast, one of the issues was the numbers of people becoming entrepreneurs who are veterans is kind of going down. Are there special skills that people learn in the military that make them good entrepreneurs? And what do we need to know about entrepreneurship when it comes to veterans?
Yeah, so I think the same things that make a veteran a really good employee also make them a very good business owner. They're very committed, they're dedicated, they're hardworking. They have a mission, and maybe their mission is to get their business off the ground, right? So they are willing to put in all the time and the energy to make sure that they fulfill their mission. And a lot of times it's for the benefit of their family, right? There are some challenges in making that transition from military to civilian life.
Sure.
And sometimes going into a corporate environment that is not as structured as the military makes it difficult for them. So for them, they think, well, I'll just start my own business, right? I have my own ideas, I have my own aspirations and dreams, and this way I can run my business like I was in the military. I can put the structure and the things around it that make it my own, and that will make it successful.
So I know that being in the military, you do have very unique skills that you develop, as you said, discipline and hard work. You have a mission and you fulfill it. It also brings some unique challenges. So how do you reconcile those challenges that you might be facing, be it maybe a mental health challenge or something like that, with trying to make sure these veterans are living up to their potential in the workplace?
Yeah, I think that just goes back to educating veterans about what their benefits are. So even though our focus is helping veterans start their businesses, We also try to be in tune to maybe some of those other challenges. I recently was working with a veteran who 5 years ago underwent a difficult hardship and almost lost everything and was almost homeless. Now, this is somebody that has years and years of financial business acumen, but something happened in their life and they hit this hard place, right? And so now they're trying to get out of that. And so knowing that information, us being the conduit to help them find healing and help them find the resources that they need, not only helps them personally, whatever that healing may be, whether it may be mental health or physical handicap from some trauma, but it also helps them feel like they've got the support they need so they can also be successful in their business. Because if you're having issues in those areas, it's going to be really hard for you to concentrate and do the things you need to do to start a business, because that is a full-time job,
and a half.
24/7 and a half, exactly. And I think sometimes they don't realize that. So we always try to look for those other areas where maybe they're needing some additional help, and we have a great referral system. I mentioned the VA, but we also have other programs. We have other partners that we work with who are also, striving to help veterans.
So speaking of helping veterans, if someone is out there watching on Facebook today and they do feel like they have some challenges, or maybe they want to start a business, or maybe it's a female veteran who feels like her voice isn't being heard, how can they reach out to the Texas Veterans Commission? So
the best way to reach out to the Texas Veterans Commission is to go to our website. It's TVC, that's Tango Victor Charlie for all you veterans out there, at texas.gov. So the website, the way our website is laid out is you can go, there's a tab for each program. So you can go directly to the tab, all of the programs, or we have it on our contact page. You can choose the program that you want to contact, and you can send a message directly to that program. We also have a 1-800 number that you can find on our website. If you're not really sure exactly what you need, you can go there and then somebody will direct you to the right program.
Wonderful. So many resources are out there for veterans. You just have to know where to look.
That's right.
All right. Anna Baker with the Texas Veterans Commission. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise and your experience today with us. And thank you all for sharing a little bit of your afternoon with us. Go make it a great day.